everybody. Where have y'all been? Oh my goodness. Sorry. I couldn't resist. It's been a long time. It's been a couple months. I'm alive, I'm well, and wanted to come on, and I'm just going to be giving you an update while I change Genevieve and Vigenye. I believe my last video I changed several of my other babies, and I still had the clothes laying out for these two, so you can see she's still dressed in very warm clothing. This is corduroy, and she's got tights on, and so I am going to change her because it's, you know, beautiful summery weather. Today it's in the 70s. It is, what is today? Tuesday. So happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is doing well. I am so behind on YouTube. I had a little, I actually was gone for 7 weeks. So my one of my former nanny families messaged me a couple months ago letting me know that one of her friends had a newborn baby and wondered if I was interested in doing some sleep training. I worked for a couple years as a night nanny sleep training babies, and so she put me in touch with this woman because, of course, my biggest concern was coronavirus and, you know, what have they been doing to practice social distancing, etc., etc. And pretty much they've been at home. So I opted not to fly. I drove because I was not comfortable, you know, changing so many planes or being on any plane. Not that I'm afraid to fly. I fly. I love to fly. For those of you who've been with me for a while know I'm a huge traveling person. If you're sitting here watching this today, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And I do have a lot of videos up, but I just have not been making videos very much, probably in the last, I don't know, 9 to 12 months, but the last couple months I haven't even been on. So if you've stuck with me and you're back and kept me in your subby list and found a video posted by me today, thank you so much. Anyway, back to my story. But before I do that, let me share with you what I'm going to be putting on Genevieve. It is this little, I believe it's Oil Lily. Yeah, it's Oil Lily. They're little, well, I think they're supposed to, they're pants on her. I think they're supposed to be 3/4, but they're full length on her. Does it say the size? It's going to be a European size, if it does. Let's see, not that it matters, but yeah, I don't see a size anywhere. That's interesting. Maybe in the top. Anyway, the pants have, oh here, 56 is the size. So the pants are hot pink with big pale pink flowers and off-white kind of cream color flowers with dark green centers. And then just the couple inches by her waist are a light pink with hot pink and green flowers, and then a row of green ribbon that has pink flowers, and then a little ruffle of the same fabric up there. So, and then the top matches. It's a little swing, short sleeve swing top. Has the fabric at the top of the pants for the main, but if you lift it, there's the reverse. It's green with pink and yellow flowers, and it has a cute little flower, three-dimensional flower there, with a ribbon stem and, you know, quilty-looking leaves also. You know, they stick out. I'm not, anyway, I'll get to sleep in a minute. So anyway, so this mom and I said I wasn't comfortable flying. So anyway, this mom and I started discussing all the different ways of my doing this. I mean, I offered to do it remotely where I, you know, guide her through it, but she really wanted hands-on. And as we talked, one thing I've always has been a big, what's the word I'm looking for? A huge part of sleep training a baby is that the night works once the day works. So part of what I've always done is create a daytime schedule for the parents and, you know, walk them through doing that. And so then as we talked, we decided I would be better served to her doing the days. She did already have a night nanny. When we started talking, I want to say the baby was about 3 weeks old. And so as we talked and time went on, I ended up getting there when he was 5 weeks old, is when I ended up starting. And really lovely, amazing. I'm not going to talk, obviously, too much about it because these are, you know, people who don't choose to be on YouTube like I do. But really lovely, laid back, zen, amazing baby. And when we first started talking, he was having 3 feeds a night. And I talked her through transitioning to 2. And then on my first night, I told the night nurse, because she was still waking him, I'm like, don't wake him, let him sleep till he wakes to feed. And then he was already instantly down to 1 feed. Anyway, so over the course, I was there for 7 weeks. I was supposed to be there 6, but for the 4th of July, her sister and brother-in-law flew into town, and from one of the hot spots. Oh, I'm not going to wet her hair because I'm going to put on, yes, the Joy Bubble hat is here, y'all. For those of you new to my channel, this was a gift from Judy over at Blair Babies Nursery. Hi, Judy. And this hat brought me so much, and still brings me so much joy. So I don't want her hair wet when I put this on, but let me just, I'm going to grab, I think I brought a comb. There's a hairbrush. Okay, I thought I brought a comb too. There we go. I just kind of want to comb through her curls really quick, kind of bring them down a bit since I'm going to put a hat on top. Anyway, I wasn't comfortable coming home a week after that, so I ended up staying an extra week so that I like quarantined myself for 14 days. Oh, y'all, this hat still brings me so much joy. Huh, look at that. Oh, if that doesn't make you smile, then I don't think anything will. So this is a green cotton hat, and it has this huge, huge butterfly on it made out of pink ribbon. And then the center is green ribbon with white polka dots, and then there's even little antennae. The head is black, and then there's 2 little black antennae. And then I'm going to put her little shoes on. I forgot to grab socks. I don't want to put these on her bare feet. She has matching little shoes. I think these are those squeaky ones, of course. Yeah, she doesn't walk. Those were a big thing years ago when I was a nanny. I was never, so you can like know where the child is, but I was never a fan of the sound. So the nice thing is, if you actually have a child with these shoes, that little thing pulls out, so then you don't have the squeak. Anyway, so I ended up being there 7 weeks, and by the time I came home, he was sleeping through the night, 12 hours at night, taking 2 2-hour naps, 1 1-hour nap, which was kind of starting to fade. That nap is generally gone by the time they're 4 months. That little 3rd nap. They just can't quite make it from their afternoon nap all the way, because it's from the end of the afternoon nap with the schedule I put babies on. From the end of the afternoon nap to bedtime is 4 hours, and that's just too much. So generally I just kind of give them a little, you know, I let them dictate it. It's anywhere from 20 to 40 to 60 minutes. And he was doing 60, and it wasn't interfering with night, so he was out of she had this thing I had never seen before called a snoo. It's this baby bassinet that like moves for the baby. He only was in that at night. I did not use it during the day. So we had him out of that, sleeping in the nursery, in the crib, eating beautifully. So it was a very successful trip, and that is where I have been. I was blessed to get to have some great snuggle time with a real baby. And I did actually so prior to my going, there's beautiful Genevieve. Prior to my going, I was working on 2 kits. One is actually a kit that has a kit list, and one is a peaceful baby. For those of you who don't know, that's what I call a baby that I have not taken names for. It may be a kit that I might have shown, but then don't take names for, but 9 times out of 10, it's a kit I've not even shared that I have. And so the peaceful baby got, and always when I'm rooting a baby, and the rest, once the baby is fully completed, and I am to the rooting stage, I take all the other components. Let's put her back, and then I'll grab Visha. Yeah, come here, darling. I take all of the components, arms, legs, if there's a belly plate, and I wrap them in white muslin blankets, and I have a drawer that I put them in while I'm rooting. That way they don't get dust or anything. And then, for those of you new, Genevieve is the Fridolin sculpt by Carola Wegerich, and she was painted by Letha of Baby Mind Nursery. And Wilma here is, let me remember. No, this is the Wilma kit. Vijagne is the Wilma kit, also by Carola Wegerich. And I painted her. So I'm going to put her in this cute little dress. It's by Baby Lulu. It has 3 panels. The top is floral, kind of watercolory looking, in greens, pinks, blues, yellows. And then the bottom panel is the same. And then the middle has vertical stripes in the same color. So I'm going to put that on her. I think I'm going to leave the shoes on that she has because they match. And I'm going to actually swap out the headband Genevieve had on for this, or to go with this. Anyway, so, what was I talking about, y'all? Oh, no. Yes, the train still leaves the station. That hasn't changed. Let me think a minute. Let me take her. Oh, I hope I didn't lose Genevieve's ring. I forgot to check. Anyway, I was talking about the baby, the great schedule, but I moved on. Oh, the babies I was working on. So I actually wrapped up that baby. The peaceful baby is not finished. I'm nearly finished, but the peaceful baby is not finished, so that baby got fully wrapped up. And then the other baby was ready to root. So I did take the head with me, but honestly, I really didn't get much done. I was really hoping to come home with a fully rooted head, but honestly, it did not happen. So it was great. I loved it. You know, the last time I full-time nannied was nearly 10 years ago. That little boy will be 10 this month. And so it's tiring taking care of a baby. You know, there were lots of stairs up and down, you know, doing tummy time and floor time, and those of you who've been with me know I have arthritis, and so it was a bit of a challenge. But so I don't ever want to deprive a baby or child of what their needs are at the age that they're at. So of course I got down and did tummy time and floor time and all that stuff like I've always done. But I just found I needed to go to bed earlier for a couple of reasons. One, so my hours were Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays I worked noon to 5, and then Sunday was my day off, but it wasn't really, because the family that I used to nanny for now has 3 children, and I would go over there on Sundays and do tutoring with them, because, you know, the whole COVID thing, and they did remote learning for the last several months of school, and so I was helping them out with some tutoring on Sundays. So I found by the time, and I never finished at 6, because that was the time for the baby's little nap. The baby was on, it was my first time successfully getting a baby on an 8 to 8 schedule. I had several parents in the past that wanted that, you know, and my belief is circadian rhythms are 7 to 7, and I've had to, like, try to get babies to do it, and it hasn't been successful. And we did get there in the end. I still prefer the 7 to 7. I think that's more natural. But anyway, I mean, he's doing great, so you know, it's wonderful that it works for them. But so I would lay him down upstairs for his little, I call it a respite, and then I would go, you know, sanitize the bottles from the day and make sure the, you know, diapers were stocked, you know, in his nursery, as well as I would set up for his bath. You know, I went through and did things. So usually I was done somewhere between 6:30 and 6:40, and then I would go downstairs. I had a bedroom, an ensuite bedroom, and I had the family room downstairs had a kitchenette with a full-size fridge freezer. It had a toaster oven, a microwave, a 2-burner, an induction burner, cooktop. So I would make myself some dinner, take a shower, get all comfy cozy, and then by then it would be around 8, 10 after 8, something like that. And then I would do a video chat with my husband, but I was trying to go to bed by 9 o'clock because at 5 a.m., I don't know if I said this yet, I was in Aspen, which I love Aspen. It's so beautiful. But by 5 a.m., it was, you know, as light as noon in the rest of the world. It's so bright there. And I did have blinds in my room, but they weren't sun-blocking blinds. So I did order myself sleep masks, and the first day they arrived, I put it on, and I got the ones that had like the dent inside because I have very long eyelashes, and so I didn't want that to be an issue. Not that I would be opening and closing my eyes, but I just didn't want that to be an issue. So, oh, maybe I'll leave her hair alone and not put anything. Let's see. Do we want a bow? Yeah, we want a bow. No, we don't. I'm going to leave it a plain. Zhuzh all these curls up. So the first night that I had them, I couldn't sleep. So I took it. I thought, you know what? You don't need to sleep with it on. If you wake up, which you will at 5 o'clock, Jen put it on then. And so I tried that for several days, but I still was not falling back asleep. So that's why I just thought, well, just be in bed, because I'm somebody who needs 8 hours of sleep a night. But it didn't always happen. There were nights I'd be, you know, talking to my husband till 10 or 10:30, and so it just, so I was a bit tired, but, you know, no worse for wear, I suppose. My back suffered, but, oh, look at her. There's my Vigennier. Again, she's the Wilma sculpt. Where did I put your ring, darling? By Carola Wegerich. There you go. Now I have to see if Miss Genevieve has her ring on, and if not, I've got to hunt for it in that basket. Oh, I don't see a ring on you. Oh, you sit here with your sister. Do not see a ring on Genevieve. So, we're going to play a little game of hunt real quick, and if I can't find... This happens all the time, y'all. I know y'all are laughing at me. I always forget to take off her ring. I don't see it in here. Oh, well, it'll turn up. So anyway, I will show y'all around the nursery in a minute. Let me just put a couple of these things away. Put the headband. I don't remember where my headband basket is. Oh, there it is. Hang up Vigennier's outfit here. So anyway, I had a really lovely time though with the baby, and the family was lovely, and so that is where I have been. So now I've done a little bit of rooting since I've been home, but not much. I've been home now for, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow that I've been home. Just gather my hair supplies here so I can put those away out in my studio. And I will take y'all around here. Not much has changed. I haven't really, oh, I gotta fix Vigennier is like staring up at the ceiling. I gotta fix her head there so she's a little more. There we go. So there's the two girls I just changed. And then, so anyway, oh, here is this sweet baby girl, Yona, by Krista Gotson. She's still looking for a mommy if anybody's interested. She has painted hair. There's a couple videos up about her if you want to go look at that. She's also on my website. I actually need to go back because I did put a little shipping thing in there about how I wouldn't be able to ship until a certain date in July. So I need to go take that off now because that's passed. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, that shelf looks like it's coming down a bit. They look a little skew. I got to work on that. So anyway, that is where I've been. I'm sorry for repeating myself 8 million times here. I am just still adapting, actually, to being home, trying to get caught up on sleep and just life at home, and everything is wonderful. It's so nice, nice, nice. Nice is not even the word. It's amazing to be home. There's no place like home, y'all. And for me, home is anywhere my husband and I are. It's not the dwelling that we're currently living in. It's where we are. And so anyway, but that was where I was for 7 weeks. And so back to reborning. So yes, I will hopefully in the next week or so be pulling out the peaceful baby and finishing painting that baby. And then still continue rooting the baby I have been working on. Let me just move my tripod. I don't know why I put all the hair stuff on my chair, because I'm going to sit down, y'all. So prior to my leaving, we had been staying up super duper late and then sleeping in, which is my natural rhythm. I am a night owl by nature, although anytime I go anywhere outside of the U.S. that's 7 hours or more ahead, anywhere between 7 and 12 hours ahead, or even 13, I don't have the same feeling. So I think I was naturally born on a different, I always say I was born on African time. But when I'm here, I much prefer to stay up all night and sleep in the day. So prior to my leaving, we were staying up anywhere from 4 to 6 a.m. in that region, and then sleeping till 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was absolutely glorious. And then when I got this offer of doing this night job, I'm like, oh, perfect. I'm already, because normally when I do night nanny, I usually work from 10 to 6 or 10 to 7, and I stay awake all night. And so I thought, oh, this is perfect. I'm already prepared. But then it became a day job, so I only had 2 nights to prepare. So, I mean, I was able to do it. I mean, anytime I go to another country, I just instantly live on the time that I've arrived at. And so when I arrived there, I arrived on a Friday early evening, and I started work that Saturday, and then I had that Sunday off, which was glorious. And then on Monday I started my regular full-time schedule. So I did adapt quickly. But now I'm back to, we're staying up to 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and of course sleeping late. So I fell right back into that very, very quickly. So that is my natural rhythm here. So let's see what else. Again, I don't want to share too many details because it's, not my family. But it was absolutely glorious. Last year, if y'all remember, at my mom's garage sale, I got to hold that little preemie baby boy. His name was Alan. And prior to that, I hadn't held a baby in ages. And he, literally I held him, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or something. Whereas, to get to not only cuddle and hug and hold a baby, but to interact and watch a baby. Because for anybody who's ever, either you've worked with a baby or you've had your own babies, that whole first year, it's like every day is new in terms of what they learn, how they change and grow. I mean, you put them to bed and you wake up and like, oh my goodness, you look bigger than you did yesterday. I mean, it's just amazing to watch that first year and the transformation that the human body goes through. And so to bear witness to that for 7 weeks was such a gift. And again, just like every other baby I've worked with, it marvels me all over again. It never bores me. It never ceases to amaze me, the development of a human being. And just watching him go from kind of just laying there to him learning to track and reach for things and be able to hold his rattles and shake them. And he learned how to roll from his tummy to his back, and he was quite close to the reverse, going from his back to his tummy, but I didn't quite get to see that yet. So hopefully in the next, he's not quite there yet even now, but hopefully in the next week or two he'll be doing that. So and very talkative, very giggly, a happy baby. And so it was just pure joy. And the baby was absolutely amazing. So I miss him very much. I do. For the rest of my life, I'll carry him. He has become a part of me. But, you know, he's not mine. And I went there and did what I was requested to do. And so now they get to, enjoy him. And, hopefully we'll stay in touch. We have been thus far, but hopefully we'll continue to stay in touch. And, just occasionally get a little picture or something, and just to see how he grows and stuff will just be amazing. So, and then of course it was absolutely amazing to see the little boy I used to nanny for, and I had never met his sister. She's 3, and then there's a brother in between who's 7, and like I said, he'll be turning 10 this month. And so it was so amazing. I couldn't hug them for the first few weeks because of coronavirus, but once I had been there long enough, I just kept hugging him. He kept hugging me, bless him. So it was lovely to see them and get to know his siblings and get to see him. So that was a huge gift as well. So it was a lovely 7 weeks, and now I'm home and adapting to life here. I have been doing a little rooting, as I said, and hopefully I'll get back to painting. I just don't, there's other stuff going on in our lives. I just don't have the time that I used to paint. Hopefully that'll eventually change, but I don't see that for the foreseeable future. So for now, it's a much slower pace than it used to be. I was never fast at reborning. I don't do like it's a job where every day, Monday through Friday from 9 to 5, I'm going to reborn. Physically, I can't. My body would not allow me to do that, especially my neck. But I always do my stuff first. My housework, my laundry, cooking, all that. I'm kind of telling this for people that are new. So reborning, I don't want to say it's a hobby for me, but in terms of time and I guess it kind of is more of a hobby in terms of time, that I don't have specific hours or it be my main focus. I think physically, if I could, I would try to do more, but I have to listen to my body and do what my body allows me to do. So anyway, I will go around and quickly tell you the names of my babies for anybody who's new. These are blank kits. These are not mine. This is Sophia, Grace, and Toby. I like to have blank kits around. They inspire me. And I have several also out where I paint, dotted around. I have one in a Moses basket. I have a hammock above my paint table that has 2 babies in it, 2 blank kits. And is that on my blank kits? I think so. And I also have a little round bassinet out there that Queen Isabella is in. I'm going to have to bring her back in the nursery one of these days. Y'all haven't seen her for ages. So anyway, there's Genevieve and Vigenye. And then Yona is not my keeper baby. She is a baby looking for a mommy. And then up there I have my little Romy. Here's my little Romy striatum silicone baby. And then this is Saffron, Atticus, and Sapphira. They are twins. He will make them triplets, so he will be my keeper. These 2 are the Heavenly Sculpt by Nicole Russell, and he is the Braden Sculpt by Nicole Russell. I have painted this kit once. I have an Atticus kit by Laura Lee Eagles, and if I ever would have had a son, his name would have been Atticus Finley. To Kill a Mockingbird is my all-time favorite book. I looked to Atticus Finch as this amazing father figure and always wanted to name my son after him, though I would never use Finch as a middle name. So Atticus Finley was the closest I could come to pay homage to him. And so when the Atticus kit came out, I was like, oh, that's Atticus. And I love the kit. It's a beautiful kit. But when I painted a Braden for somebody, I painted it and adopted it out, that was my Atticus. Like, I knew that kit had to be my Atticus. And so it took me a while to acquire him. and they're long sold out kits. So, you know, they were all quite expensive in the blank kit form, but since they were keepers and I was doing the work, I was okay with that. So this is Braden by Nicole Russell. I really wish she'd make some more. These are like bigger preemies, small newborns, but I love she makes very large feet, and that's what real babies have. Real babies look like they have ginormous feet for their bodies, but anyway. And then this is Zipporah. She's a Marita Winter sculpt, Raleigh by Marita Winters. And this is, I forget what her sculpt, that she was gifted to me by Amanda of Little Reborn Princess. Hi, Amanda. And I've just lost her name in my head. She's a Z. Zipporah, and oh, forgive me. Isn't that terrible? I just lost her name. I kept her name that her mommy gave her because it was a Z name, so I call them my Z girls. Maybe that's the problem. I should stop doing that. And she is a silicone baby. I think she's partial. Yeah, she's got a cloth body. She's partial. She's only been with me for a few months here. And I can't, oh, forgive me. I can't, it'll pop into my head and I'll say it. This is Malachi in his little frog pod here. His lily pad, as I call it. I love frogs, y'all. So he has been deemed my keeper of frogs. So Malachi is he's a Bonnie Brown sculpt. Grayson by Bonnie Brown. There he is. And then this is Xolani. Her name starts with an X, not a Z, for those thinking, why isn't she with the Z girls? Xolani is Laura Lee Eagles. Yep, that's, what's her name? She's a Laura Lee Eagles kit. But I can't think of the name. Isn't that terrible? Oh, I'm terrible today. And then here we have, this is Abigail. This is my husband's baby. She was actually the first reborn I painted at a class I took at a doll show where Kate Charles had a class. And I did strip her and redo her. And my husband, I was going to adopt her out, and my husband fell in love with her. So I let him name her. Her name is Abigail. And she is a Marita Winter sculpt as well, and that has also escaped me. And this beautiful baby girl here is my Juliette. These two are the best of friends. And she was painted by Judy at Bloyer Babies Nursery. Hi, Judy again. The one who gave the beautiful Joy Bubble butterfly hat over there. And this is, Olga Auer is the sculptor's name. Oh, I'm doing terrible today. Y'all are probably just laughing and shouting out kit names at me. Aren't I terrible? It's been a while, see, y'all? The brain does not... Let me look on her neck and see if she happens to have her sculpt name. No. Oh. I've even painted this baby. Oh, isn't that terrible? Oh, well. Anyway. Hopefully next time I'll have my act together and remember the names that I forgot. So terrible. Oh, and then I have another kit over here. This is Evangeline by Laura Lee Eagles. Isn't she just a beautiful blank kit? I love blank kits, y'all. I love having them scattered about. So anyway, that part was probably really boring for people who have been with me for a while. And here, poor Calcadon up here is still in her Christmas outfit, y'all. Oh, good thing she's a happy, smiley girl. I need to change her. That's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. But now everybody else in here is dressed for the warmer weather. So they're not all... Well, I guess I probably should change Zipporah. She got tights and stuff on. But this is one of my favorite outfits. I love this outfit. It's very old. It's a Next outfit. Oh, I love that outfit so much. So I think I'll leave her. Oh, it's really bugging me. Oh, I gotta stop because my brain is just like, it's stuck on now 3 things. It's trying to find 3 things, and of course that's like brain overload for my brain. Anyway, so I will remember them in time. Maybe I'll put them down below if I can remember to even do that. But I'm going to stop because I'm trying so hard to think that I can't even think about what to talk about anymore. So anyway, thank you to those who came back to my channel. Congratulations on all the new babies out there. Like I said, I really did not have much time for YouTube. I would go in a couple times a week and just look at my subscription list, but not watch really anything. Just kind of see, oh, another box opening. Oh, that's nice. And just kind of look at titles of videos. But I was so exhausted, y'all. And then Sundays after I did my tutoring, that's when I would go grocery shopping if I needed to. And then I would come home and try to get a few things done. And again, time just flew. I mean, it didn't seem like time was my own. So I don't know if y'all are finding that during this quarantine time where you feel like time is not your own. But anyway, and for those of you with children, I don't know what your area has decided about school. It's kind of, I've got some friends who are teachers, and I know people with children, and it's all based on where you are, what people are doing. There's so many different ways it's being handled. I find it quite fascinating. So anyway, if you have children, are they going back to school? Oh, I hope they're going to be careful. I just visualize children like trading masks or trying each other's masks on, or, you know, back when I was a girl, one of the fun things to do was trade things in the lunchroom. Well, you can't do that now. I mean, you can't. You just, you know, so the dynamics will be very interesting of how they're going to handle going back to school. I know a friend of mine, her school, the teachers have to report to school to teach remotely from school, which I find very odd. I don't know why they can't just teach remotely from home. And then I know some schools, they're going back 2 days a week for half of the class. And then the children that are not reporting on those days will be remote learning from the same classroom. Like they'll be watching the classroom with the other half of the students. And then the other 2 days, it'll switch. And then the day in between, like Monday, Tuesday will be Group A. Wednesday, they sanitize the school, but do remote learning for the children. And then Thursday, Friday, it's Group B. And they sanitize over the weekend for Group A to come back on Monday. So anyway, and some schools are just doing it all remotely. So it's quite interesting. So it's a kind of a hodgepodge of how things are being done. So no, not one of their names has come to me, y'all. So I am going to give it up. Anyway, oh, and there's little Jeremiah. He's a little resin baby by Jenny Raymond. And this is Mary Elizabeth. She's the baby I got the day I was born. She's a very old baby. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to sign off. Thank you for stopping by. And again, congratulations to all the new babies out there. I've seen several ladies have new babies, reborn and otherwise. And also, I hope everybody's doing well and keeping healthy and safe and following all the precautions that we can during this time. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you again for stopping by. And y'all know, every day, find something to be joyful about. There's my little joy bubble. Today I choose joy. I need to hang that. I have not hung it. Joy. All right, everybody. Always choose joy. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.